Okay, I just tried to start it and end it all in one tap because I must be a heavy tapper. But hi, I'm Robin. If you haven't watched me before, or joined me, or chatted with me, or met me in real life, or I don't know, any of the other ways that I communicate with people. Tonight I'm making pepperoni because I'm running low. Actually, am I running low? I think I'm running low. I put it on my list. I must be running low. This is bacon. I make everything in big batches and I freeze it because, oh, there's one pepperoni left. I make it in big batches and freeze it because I don't want to make pepperoni every single time I want to make pizza. I want it to like be ready as if I just bought it from the store. So I have one roll. This is what they look like when they're in my freezer. I don't know if you can see this, but it's like wrapped in foil. Looks like a joint. Kind of a really big one, but you know, it's like twisted at the ends. And this is about enough to make one meal for me. So I usually make 2 pizzas whenever I make pizza, and this is enough to make 2 pizzas, 1 roll. So the recipe that I'm making tonight is gonna make 8 of these rolls, which is really good because that means I won't have to make it again for a few months. Okay, so in case you want to learn, I'm going to tell you what I do as I do it. It's basically really easy. There's 2 steps. I will blend all the wet ingredients in my blender, and then I'll mix the dry ingredients, and then I put them together, and it makes this kind of like dough. Some people call it seitan. Anyway, and then you take the dough and you just roll it into like the pepperoni shapes so that when you slice your pepperoni, it's like the little thin circles that everyone's used to. Okay, so I'm gonna get started, but I would love it if you would chat with me and ask me any questions you have, and I will keep checking back with you. So step 1 is get out the blender. I have a blend tech because it's my favorite, even though it obviously didn't like me as much as I liked it because it tried to stay in there. I used to have a Vitamix. I know a lot of people like Vitamix more, but I actually like my Blendtec more. So I'm Team Blendtec, in case anyone's been wondering. I know it's been on your mind. You're just losing sleep over not knowing what team I'm on. All right, so I got my lid and my blender, and I'm just gonna start measuring ingredients and putting them in the blender. My blender has like a measuring device on the side. I could try to use that, but we'll see. Let's see how it goes. If they're all like easy measurements, I should be able to do that. Okay, first step, 1 cup of red wine. I've had this wine in my refrigerator since the last time I made pepperoni because I stopped drinking, so it might not even be good anymore. But no one will know in pepperoni, right? It smells like wine. Oh God, smelling it makes me want to drink it actually. All right, so I'm gonna put a cup in. I'm gonna use my measure on my blender. If you do drink, you can use this as an excuse to drink wine while you make your pepperoni. That's what I used to do. I used to always pour a glass of wine every time I made pepperoni. Okay, 1 cup of red wine. 1/2 a cup of olive oil. I have this kind from Whole Foods because it's their generic kind, which makes it cheaper. All right, so 1/2 a cup of oil. Up to the 12-ounce mark will be 1/2 a cup. Doop -de -doop 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 -doop. And you can hear me hum along with Belle and Sebastian, which I know you want to do. Who wouldn't? Please excuse the fact that I haven't brushed my hair in a couple of days. I'm kind of disgusting. I work from home, so I'm a disgrace, basically. Okay, a 1/4 cup of miso paste. I'm gonna use this kind, but I don't think it matters what kind you use. This is just the kind they have at Whole Foods, and it's probably the cheapest, so that's why I get it. 1/4 cup. Okay, so for this, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to use the measuring device. Well, maybe. I guess I'll put in a couple lumps and try to get it to go to the next line. That's the goal. Lump it in. Hi! Hi! Welcome! We're making pepperoni. We're on the miso step where you add miso. Oh wait, this makes it not soy free, huh? Do you guys know if there's a alternative to miso that's soy free? I think I've heard of a chickpea miso. Have you guys heard of that? Chickpea miso? It's a thing. I'm not making it up. I couldn't make up something that weird. I probably could actually. Okay. That's almost there. I'm gonna just put a little bit in for good measure. A little more. Okay, so there's our 1/4 cup of miso. Get in there. All right, I'm just gonna soak that spoon because my dishwasher is terrible. Hi! My dishwasher basically is a dish sanitizer. It doesn't clean for shit, like real bad. And so I have to like soak every single dish before I put it in there. Ooh. Well, I will tell you how it's gonna turn out because I make it all the time and it's delicious. But you'd have to take my word for it. Or you could make your own and take your own word for it. Okay, miso's done. Maple syrup, 2 tablespoons. I'm probably not gonna measure this. I'm just gonna be like, bloop. Bloop. That looked like 2 tablespoons. Am I right or am I right? Okay. 2 tablespoons of Bragg's. Do you guys know what this stuff is? This stuff is delicious and it makes everything delicious. You can buy it in a spray bottle, which is basically like if you could spray crack on all of your food. It's like very addicting. You'll want it on everything. It's so good. But I buy it in this bottle instead of the spray bottle because the spray bottle is small and I eat a lot of this. 2 tablespoons. Blop. Blop. That looked like 2 tablespoons to me. All right, what's next? 2 teaspoons of liquid smoke. I'm not gonna fuck around with blopping the liquid smoke because that stuff is potent. So we're gonna actually measure it like responsible adults. All right, here is the liquid smoke I have. I don't know anything about it. I don't think it matters what kind you get. It looks like I've had it a while because I have. I don't use that much of it, but actually look, it's actually running low, you can tell. So I've been using it. I'm gonna need more soon, but I have had this jar for like 5 years. So I need a teaspoon measuring device. And we're gonna use this one because you know that there's a difference between dry and wet measuring devices? You can't just use your spoons for wet things. Who knew? So we're gonna use this item, which isn't in the best of shape, but it's okay because when I bought this one, I bought like 3 because they don't last very long. All right, 2 teaspoons. It has a little shaker on it so that you can't accidentally get too much because the people who make it know how potent it is too. All right, 2 teaspoons liquid smoke. I'm gonna soak this because I want it to come clean. Are those eating emojis? Are they lip smacking emojis? Okay, so that's it except garlic, which I don't have any, so I'm gonna use garlic powder and onion, which we will chop the onion right now. You don't have to really chop the onion that much unless your blender sucks. I'm lucky that I have a pretty decent blender, so I don't actually have to do very much chopping work, but I am gonna chop it a little bit, just so that it like does its thing. I don't want to inhibit the movement, if you know what I mean. All right, let's test out this knife. It's been recently sharpened, so I'm supposed to be checking it out and seeing if it feels better. You know how like a knife when you first get it is like the best knife ever, and then after a while it's just kind of like mediocre? I think I'm hitting the mediocre stage with my knife and it's really sad. It's a sad situation. Alright. So I peeled off the outer layer of my onion. Ooh, my compost needs to go out. Do you guys have that same problem with your compost where it like is in a constant need of going out? A constant state of needing to go out? That is what I meant to say. But you can just, you guys know what I meant to say, right? It's okay if I don't know how to talk. You'll fix it for me, won't you? Okay, so all of the onion is going in here. We're putting an entire onion in. It's gonna be delicious. I hate raw onions, but we're cooking this eventually, so it's fine. Okay, we're gonna put the lid on, and I'm gonna blend it. Here it goes. Which one should I do? How about sauces, dips, dressings, and batters? That seems pretty good. Okay, so we did all the wet. Oh, I should have been timing us. Oh, you're timing us. So however long this stream is tells me how long it took to do this. This is fabulous. You guys are fabulous. Okay, so dry ingredients, I'm gonna get a big bowl and start measuring shit into it. So this is my biggest bowl. I doubt I need a bowl this big, but I feel like it's better to have one that's too big than too small. When you have one that's too small, it just starts overflowing all over the counter and you make a big mess. Not that I would know, because I'm perfect and never make messes. Clearly that's false, because I'm very messy and very clumsy. Okay, so I have my measuring cups that just came out of the dishwasher because I made lemon cake earlier today because I'm recipe testing. It's my second attempt and it is not great. It tastes delicious, but it did that thing, the dip. It's so hard to not get lemon cake to dip. I feel like it always dips. Okay, so I think I'm thinking like 4 cups of gluten, but let's see. 3.5, I was close. 3.5 cups of gluten. So at Whole Foods, the gluten that they sell is not organic, but Rainbow Grocery does have organic gluten. So if you buy gluten and you're into organic stuff, look around and see if you can find it organic somewhere else. I don't go to Rainbow Grocery that often, but there are a few things I can only get there, and this is one of them. Nobody else seems to have it organic. Okay, that was 1 cup. We're working on cup 2. I could probably pour this and it would go a lot faster, but that's okay. Okay, that looks like 2 cups. Maybe I will pour it. It's like getting so deep down there I can't even fit my spoon in there anymore. Okay, that's 3 cups and then 1/2. 3 and then 1/2. All right, close enough. Close enough. Okay, so that was a good amount of gluten. And then the other ones are probably just gonna be little bits. Hi, thank you for joining. We are halfway through our pepperoni making adventure. Actually, I forgot to preheat the oven. So let me do that right now. To 325. Okay, so we did the gluten. Next is nutritional yeast. Do you like nutritional yeast? I like it a lot. I put it in a lot of things. So we're gonna put 1/2 cup. Wait, is that right? I could just be making that up. Yep, it's 1/2 cup of nutritional yeast. This is another item that has been hard for me to find because I like a certain kind. I don't like the organic one, which is very unlike me, but the organic one tastes terrible. Okay, so next is paprika. I think the only reason paprika is in this recipe is to make it look red, because pepperoni is supposed to be red, but whatevs. gonna use it anyway. Although, oh yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know if my tablespoon measuring spoon is here because I might have used it to make the lemon cake. You wanna see the lemon cake I made earlier? Okay, what's left of it, I should say. I've already eaten half of it and I only made it like a few hours ago. I have a bit of an eating problem. Okay, 1. Wow, are we out? What's happening here? Sorry, that was probably really loud. But it's like not coming out. What do you do when it doesn't come out? Do you shake it? See, look. Do you see? It's like magic, but it's not. It's like the bad kind. It's like black magic. Black magic is happening with the paprika. All right, let's try again. Yeah. Okay. So we got 3 tablespoons of paprika. And then what's next? We're gonna put in some cayenne pepper, also a jar I've had forever. This is a teaspoon. The reason I've had this forever is because I don't like spicy food. So there you have it. People who don't like spicy food never use their spicy food things. Although my sriracha I do use. Okay, half a teaspoon. I guess sriracha is not quite as spicy though. And that was my phone telling me that my phone is gonna die soon, so we have to hurry. Now we're on a time limit. A tablespoon of pepper, and we have to grind our own, so I hope you were expecting this to be fast. Nothing fast about this. Do we really need to put in a whole tablespoon of pepper? That seems... Okay, my arm is already tired, so that's how much pepper we're putting in. It was basically a half a teaspoon. So let's change that to a half a teaspoon of pepper. Okay. What's next? Mustard powder. Do you guys use mustard powder? I don't use it very often. So I have a lot because I never use it. All right, let's see. A tablespoon? Can that be right? Doesn't that seem like a lot? This stuff can't be that good. What if we use less than a tablespoon? Okay. Half. 1. Okay, how about a half a tablespoon? Yep. That's what I think. That is what I think. I was listening to in the background. I don't think I'm very entertaining to be listened to in the background, am I? I'm probably more entertaining than just watching me cook, I guess. Okay, half a tablespoon of mustard powder. We did that. We did cayenne. Oh, salt. Salt is next. 2 teaspoons of salt. Okay. What are you doing when I'm in the background? What is your... What is in the foreground? Ha ha ha. I think it's a real word, but I don't know for sure. Okay, this is going to be 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that was 2 teaspoons of salt. And that was it. That's all our dry. So now we need to whisk. Oh wait, shit, I lied. Because I didn't have garlic, so now I have to put in garlic powder. Garlic powder. How much should we put? A teaspoon? Half a teaspoon? Oh, damn. We're putting in more than half a teaspoon because it just wanted to come out. Okay, a teaspoon of garlic powder. Let's put that down here because we used it. 1 teaspoon garlic powder. This recipe will be up on my website on vegandollhouse.com soon, within the month I would say, if this comes out good. Okay, preheat the oven to 325 degrees, we did that. Blend the things, we did that. Whisk the things, we have to do that now. We can use the rainbow whisk. Checking Instagram, oh nice. I like to do that too. Are we friends on Instagram? Oh my god, you have to look at my Instagram story because I just posted the cutest story of the elephants that I saw last weekend. They were so cute. So if you like elephants, you should look at my story. Okay, so whisking, whisking, whisking is happening. It's almost whisked. Let's look at the bottom. Oh, nope, it's not all the way whisked. I saw some paprika in there. A little clump. The paprika likes to hang out together. It's not a mingler at the party. Okay, that's good. And then we put the wet into the dry. The wet looks pink from the red wine. That's fun. All right. Ugh. It's not an attractive pink. It's like medicine pink or something. I don't know. It's not quite as bright as Pepto-Bismol pink. Actually, it's kind of a pinky purple maybe. All right, so now is the part that gets really gross. You have to mix it with your hands, like kindergarten playing in the mud. So that's gonna happen. I'm gonna wash my hands though, just to make sure they're clean. Okay, here I go. Ew! What's happening? Oh, it's so gross. You're so gross. I don't know, you guys. Did we really put in enough gluten? I feel like this is pretty wet. It feels wetter than usual. Do you think we did anything wrong? Oh wait, nope, I'm sorry. I just need to keep mixing. There was a bunch of dry hanging out on the bottom all by itself. Oh yeah, no, this is good. Ooh yeah. Oh, I wish you guys could see a close-up of this. But it's just more incentive for you to make it at home. And also, who doesn't want a lot of pepperoni in their freezer? I can't think of anyone who wouldn't want a whole bunch of pepperoni in their freezer at all times. For any impromptu pizza parties? Oh yeah, this is working really well. We did a good job. Sorry if I scared you a second ago there. This is going great. Exactly as planned. And the oven's almost preheated. Everything's great, you guys. We're doing good. Which is good because my phone's about to die. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. No Instagram checking for me later. Okay, so this is good. I'll show you what it looks like. Does it look like pepperoni? Not yet. It will though, it will. All right, so what you do is you divide it into 8 equal pieces. I mean, they're not gonna be equal because what am I, a fucking mathematician? I don't think so, but the best you can, divide it into pieces. I'm dividing it. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the best I can do, really. I don't think it needs to be perfect. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so what we do now is we want to turn them into rolls so that when we slice them, they are coin-shaped. You know, that's what people are into, the coin-shaped pepperoni. It's what we grew up with, it's what we're used to. Shit like that. Okay, so I'm going to pull off 1 piece of foil. We're gonna need 8 of these, obviously, because we're doing 8 rolls. And I'm just gonna try my very best to get this in roll shape, but it doesn't have to be like perfect. No one's grading you. I've one time, oh my god, this is hilarious. One time I tried to make heart-shaped pepperonis, so I tried to make these into heart-shaped tubes. It's a bad idea. Don't try to do that. That looks a little like poop. Don't think of it like that though. Sorry I said that. Should not have said that. Okay, and then you just roll it up like you're rolling a joint, kind of. Doesn't have to be that tight, but... And then you twist the edges. That's how you used to roll joints when I was little. I don't know how the kids are doing it these days. I guess they're vaping now, huh? And since I had extra on both ends, I'm just kind of like putting it, there you go. Doo-doo-doo. We're gonna make 8 of these and we're gonna bake them for 1 hour on 325. And then I'm gonna stick them all in a baggie and freeze them because I'm not making pizza till Friday. And then every time I wanna make pizza, I take one of these tubes out of the bag that's in the freezer and I just leave it on the counter to frost, and then I slice it and put it on pizza. That's it. That's how easy it is, you guys. Okay, so if you do end up making pepperoni, tell me about it. You can get a hold of me anywhere on the internet. I'm Vegan Dollhouse, and this recipe will be up on vegandollhouse.com probably in like a month. I'm gonna say a month, but maybe I'll surprise you and get it up sooner. Okay, thanks for joining, bye!